You are viewing this because I, or someone I know, thinks you might enjoy knowing about the Rosafé project I have. I am building a life-size bronze statue and producing a feature documentary, both in Cuba, of a famous Canadian. This Canadian played a pivotal role in the diplomatic, political, and agricultural history of the Cuban Revolution. His name is taught to all students in Cuba, yet he remains completely unknown in Canada. His name was Rosafé Signet, a two-time Canadian Grand Champion Holstein bull, sold from Ontario to Cuba in 1961. It was sold under the conservative government of John Diefenbaker. Rosafé is regarded as the father of the entire dairy industry in Cuba. In the spring of this year, a very dear friend, unsolicited and very privately, funded me 75% of the total budget. I took a gamble that once his generosity got me to this stage with the sculpture and the documentary film, I could more credibly ask for more help. Having made that gamble, here I am, seeking your support, my own crowdfunding for all my Cuban friends so dedicated to the Rosafé project. Our documentary has already exceeded expectation, but there is more to be done. More history between Canada and Cuba to be uncovered. More of the fascinating principles involved 50 years ago to be interviewed. Rosafé Signet will be seen by millions of people from all over the world here in Havana. The largest percentage of which, by the way, are Canadian, but not without your support. I hope you find this simple website sufficient to spark your interest. Please review it to find out what it's all about and what a small donation will get you. More than that, I hope you will come to Havana in February 2015 for the unveiling. It's going to be quite a party. Thank you. Havana is probably the oldest and certainly the most beautiful city in the hemisphere. Come and see it. It's untouched. Come down and support the local artists. Come and be my dance partner. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of really nice bars, and not that many, but nice restaurants in Havana. Come and try a few. Like this one. Michel's Casamiglis, the best Swedish restaurant in the country. Gracias. Or this restaurant, Nazdarovia, recently opened. It's the only retro Soviet food restaurant, certainly in Cuba and who knows where else. The food is superb. Nazdarovia also has the view to die for. And there's no more historic, romantic view anywhere. For all of you who had or wanted to have one of these babies in the 1950s, if it was looking as good as this, I doubt it. You got to come down here and enjoy Havana. It's the only museum in the world for a living museum for these cars. Come down and say hello to the only other people in the hemisphere who have ever beaten back the Americans except for Canada. Come and start a whole new conversation in your life. And you too should come to Havana for the festival that we're going to have in February. Come to Havana, join us.